This is okay, that I understood that this meeting will be streamed live, okay?
Yes,
so I can do this? Okay.
Do that.
That's what they show me. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, people.
Two, three, four.
They dig that son of a delta. One day I gotta go to Memphis. Walking beside that mighty Mississippi River will feel just like I'm coming home. And one day I sing the blues. I'm gonna pack my blues big shoes. You're going to meet me on these streets. And when I get there, I'll be wide. At least I know that I'll be inspired. They say the legends play all night, and the street lamps cast a strange light. Ow! And one day I sing the blues. I'm gonna pack my blues big shoes. You're going to meet me on these streets. I'm gonna see the Memphis sunrise. I'm gonna hear the blues when the bird cries. I'm gonna taste the steamy morning. I wanted you, I'm coming home. And one day I sing the blues. I'm gonna pack my blues big shoes. You're going to meet me on these streets.
Yeah.
Dankeschön.
Yeah. Yes. My guest today, Jeff Cascaro.
Hello, good evening from Germany, from the dark Germany. It's like, as you know, I'm 9 hours later. Right? We have now, 9 o'clock, 10 after 9, but
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah. I know. I've been talking to a lot of people on that side of the planet.
Okay, you know it. Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's
actually,
always strange.
yeah, it is. Last week, last Sunday, I talked to someone in Korea, and
Okay.
I was awake for a 9 o'clock show in the morning, and I think it was 2 in the morning for him. So,
Jesus. Come on.
but
Yeah.
he was awake, so
Okay.
and he has a kid, so that time of day was good for
I see.
for him. So Jeff, wow, man, that was really good. That was great.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I forget how I came across you. I think my girlfriend might have mentioned you to me. We share artists who we've discovered, and then of course we had a long conversation, which was great. It was like, yay, my new friend in Germany.
Yeah, I guess you have a lot of friends in Germany. Not a lot, but a few singers from the States live here. You know that.
Yes.
Some of the greats as well. So you know that Judy Niemek, for example, she was teaching in Berlin for a long time. She had a big
Yes.
influence on the vocal scene here in Germany. So we have some people we know in common, I guess. So that's
I'm
good. We will
sure.
find this out.
I'm sure it's a real family, across the
It
planet.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
And I was just in France, and so I saw a few people. You probably know David Lynx.
Yes, David Links. Yes, I don't know him personally, but he's working with people I know personally very, very well. So I know what he's doing. And he did a record with the WDR Big Band, a WDR Big Band in Cologne with a good friend of mine. And so I know what he's doing. Yeah,
This,
with Faye Klaassen.
yeah, I've had her on the show. She's
Yeah, and Faye is the wife of one of my best old friends, Paul Heller, first tenor player of the WDR Big Band, also a great player.
Yeah.
Not only tenor player, he can also play trumpet and drums and everything. He's he's a great guy. And his brother Ingmar also, like great contrabass player. He's playing with the NDR Big Band in Hamburg. So it's a small world.
It is a small world. I feel like Paul Heller lived in Los Angeles for a while.
No,
No?
I would know that. Maybe he was.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. But I don't want to say that I know everything about him. But I would have known that if he would go to LA, that I would have known that.
Yeah, maybe it was probably somebody else. But Heller, and a sax player was here who was a real sax player.
Okay.
So anyway, that was a while ago, and
Yeah.
my memory's not what it has been. You know.
Yeah.
Well, when I hear you, when I was watching that, I was thinking of two things, actually. One thing was, I was thinking as a trumpet player, how I think it's really, it tends to lead one to good singing. Like, for instance, Jack Sheldon, who was a great singer.
I know that.
Yeah, he was a great singer. And it was like, I mean, to me, it made sense, you know, because he was a great trumpet player and he brought the technique over to singing, and it was great.
Yeah, so to me, the Jack Sheldon thing is what I really like is with him. I mean, this guy touches my heart. So I was introduced to his music when I was in the US in '89 by people like Bobby Shue and Herb Geller. They just said me, just check this guy out. He's fantastic. So all the West Coast things, I didn't check before. But then I got in and I said, Jesus Christ, this guy can play. Even this is the West Coast sound was then totally new for me, but that opened to me a real big gate of very incredible music and very nice and what can I say, classy music. And what I like with him, his singing is totally soulful. It's not cool in the terms of I try to be cool and I'm more or less acting with less emotion. This is soul music to me. This guy sings like a soul musician, or like he opens his heart, and he's far away from controlling it like he would do if he would play trumpet. Which I really, because this guy is such a marvelous trumpet player. Yeah. And if he's singing, he's just following his, what can I say, more his senses or his intuition. But because singing trumpet playing is actually totally different. It helps a lot if you play trumpet, if you talk about if you want to scat, and I do this from time to time, how to phrase, this helps a lot. But for the airflow, it's a different kind of thing. It's really, I guess it's a little bit more pressure to if you play trumpet. Yeah. And you still have the buttons, although it's only 3 buttons, but you have some control and you can see what you have in front of you. Yeah. But with singing, as you know, is like sometimes totally a mess to get to yourself. You have to have some how we call it, perception of that what you're doing. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And so but to me, I was first trumpet player because can I tell this is okay? If you don't want to hear this, just interrupt me. It's not a problem.
Oh yeah, man. I have 2 hours, man. No, of course. I'm totally open to hear you.
My father now is 84, and he still plays the trumpet and the flugelhorn in Germany, and he was introducing my brother and me to the brass music. We're talking about Germany. We're talking not about jazz music. We're talking about church music in the European way. We're talking about the German brass music, some marches, some entertainment music. I mean, it's no jazz at all. But when we were like 3 to 4 years, he just brought us any instrument at home. He came with tubas, he came with clarinets, with flutes, with trumpets, with baritone horns, with French horns, valve trombones. He just, everything he could put his fingers on, he brought home to let us try what we like. I mean, this is perfect. And my brother, he took the trombone And me, I just tried a few things. I tried the drums and the trumpet. My mother was very happy that I just picked the trumpet. Yeah, from that time on, I was we called it this thing the B flat brother. I was falling totally in love with the trumpet, but like a child, it was nothing like my father was never like you have to do this and you go to this guy and you to have like some lessons you have to do this and that blah blah blah. I just had I could, it was my choice. If I want to pick the horn, I could pick it up and play it, which was great. So when I was in the mood to play, yeah, I was doing it. And I remember the best sound I had in the bedroom of my parents. My mother had, all those, I don't know how you call it in English. If you put your makeup on, you have some big mirror where you have all your things like the makeup and the bracelets and the rings, all that stuff. How you call it? It's like
an area where you do it.
Yeah, with a big mirror, with two sides, you can just move the sides. So, and I was just building some studio. If I would play in front of that mirror, I had a great sound. So I was falling in love with that warm sound, as if you would play in a closet. That's really fantastic. I like it. And yeah, so that was the beginning.
Yeah.
And the singing came up later when I was like 12, 13. It came up very naturally as well.
Oh yeah.
And in the meantime, I had lessons with the principal trumpet player of the orchestra in Bochum, where I lived. In Germany, every big town has got a very good professional classical orchestra. We're talking about very, very good players. So it's tradition in Germany, like every big city from 100, 150,000 people have a very good orchestra. And this guy, he was teaching me, but only for a few years. And then I said, I didn't like to go there for whatever reason. I don't remember. That was not about him, because he was a great guy, I remember. And then, but I had some technique, not much, but a little bit. Yeah, and then the singing came up. So everything was not forced by my parents. So nobody forced me to do things. Everybody said, yes, yeah, let's do it. And they were surprised when I was singing and something came out. Everybody was like, okay, where has he this? Where has he got this from? And that I really appreciated nobody was pushing me too hard to do things.
Yeah.
And it's good. So I just could develop. I could, still grow up like a normal kid. Nobody was pushing me to do this. Could do sports and could meet. And had not the strongest focus on music, but I always knew that is something I have to do. And I was always moved by music. It was the most emotions I had always when the brass orchestra of my father around Christmas time. You know what they did? They just 1 week before Christmas, they visited every hospital, every old people's home, handicapped homes, to play Christmas songs. And this, I have to say, is one of the most touching moments I had in my life, what music can do. Yeah. And we are talking like 5, 6, 7 people in this band playing some Christmas songs. People were like crying, were laughing, whatever. It was really, and the sound, I never will forget this old German arrangements, like from really kind of church stuff, sounding so good and so warm. Yeah, no matter how it was played, we are not talking about like perfection or it's like LA studio quality. That's not what I'm talking about, but that was moving. And I guess that was always deep in me and in my heart. And that was maybe something that was the reason why I was carrying on a few years later. And I never could get rid of the trumpet, because it's a heavy relation if you sing and play, because if you sing, it's a heavy job, as you know. I love it, but it's you have to concentrate. But if you then have to put the trumpet, maybe pick up the trumpet for a solo, but your lips are cold, like like a piece of ice. It's like it's heavy stuff. So, but I could not do it. It was too strong. I had to use it in my program.
Nice. Well, I have a little similarity with you as regarding that. I grew up with my sisters, my twin sisters. There's a young picture of them right there.
Ah, I see. I see. Okay.
And they
Yeah.
were 4 years.
Are you on the left or on the right?
No, no, I'm not a twin. These were my twin sisters.
Okay. Yeah. No, I understood. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
they were 4 years older than me, and it was just the three of us. My dad was a sax player, and my
Mhm.
mom had been a singer. And so when we came up, we were we were singing with his band, and my mother would create these jobs like going to old age homes,
Mhm.
and the three of us would sing, and we sang in harmony. And so for many years we did that too. And yeah, it's a great thing. I think all children should do stuff like that, because
Yeah.
it gives you some real love and appreciation back and forth. As you said, you get to see people
Yeah.
react, and
Yeah.
um, it changes you, gives you gives you a purpose.
Yeah, it is. It brings you on the right track as well. So if you would be on the wrong track, it would get you back on the right track if you do it then. So it's a good thing if you do it if you are a kid.
Yeah,
To see that music can do so many things.
yeah,
Because this is pure emotion. This is something what I want to have. I don't. That's the purest. I don't want to say payment, but you know what I'm talking about. That's the best thing you can get back is the emotion.
excuse me. I have a
And no
little
problem.
I have a chronic cough. I've had it for years. Sometimes it flares up. Um, yeah, so well, this is I mean, that particular song that had jazz and an R&B thing. And I've read some of your reviews, and that's what they talk about. They talk about that you have a mix of
Mhm.
of R&B and jazz, right?
Right. This is the thing that's. I don't think that this is a problem.
No.
So
No, it's
people
who you
think,
are.
yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's great. So, so you compose as well, right?
Right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And the band does your compositions, and you
Yeah,
record your
yeah. So yes, we arrange mostly together. Sometimes I own a few more parts, but mostly it's a teamwork. We just work together if we produce, and so we share also. So I'm very happy to always have people around me who are very very dedicated to that what we do together. And the last years we had a little change in the band. So because I was playing with the real piano trio again. So before we had like the Fender Rhodes, like you saw it in Hamburg, the first video you played, and now we are a little bit back in the acoustic kind of thing, and where we
yeah.
play little bit more music of other people.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
some standards and some soul classics, but more or less how you call it, refurbished things, like covers, in a jazzy, in a jazzy environment.
yeah,
But it's always like if you have a good team, it's always easy to do. And if you
yeah,
have some people with a sound imagination and where you can do a little bit more jazz or a little bit more this and that, this is what comes out is that what comes out, as long as you're not trying to be something and let it go, everything is cool with me.
yeah. Do you work with the same players for long lengths of time?
Mostly the people who I play with are really, I know them mostly for 25, 30, sometimes 35 years. It's of course you meet some other people, but the German jazz scene is quite, I don't want to say small, but it's not a real big family like in the US, you know.
Yeah.
You know, if you're based in LA or New York, you have your players you play with, and everybody knows each other, and you play together. But the bands I've been playing with is like, how many people I could say, like maybe 20, 25 people all together.
Yeah.
You are constantly playing with, and it's not easy to find, for example, like a piano player who fits to my voice, who fits to my to my imagination of how he should comp and stuff. You know, it's hard to find
Yeah.
a sensitive player. And
Yeah.
if you get like 4 or 5 over the years, that's much, I guess.
Yeah.
Who know how you breathe, who know what you do, who know you,
Yeah.
who can kick your ass on stage, or who could kick your ass like personally. If you're on the, yeah, I mean, if you're traveling together, it's like a big thing. You have to be a family.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not looking for people who play great, who do a job. That's not
Yeah.
what I'm looking for. So I would like to have the hang after the gig, if possible, to have another beer or whatever, just to have a good time. So this is something which you can feel on the stage. I don't want to play with players who first of all want to make money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, I mean, all of that happens in LA too, because LA is, as you know, well, or maybe you know, it's these many groups of people.
Okay.
So, you know, there's these communities, right, that are together. But there's definitely, especially in the last 15, 20 years, there's definitely the people coming up, you know, the youth, but now they're not so young anymore. They're like in their 30s maybe. But they're coming up and they hold dear this kind of what you're saying, like you know, excellent technical ability, and they get hired, you know, to do a
Yeah.
project for that. But it's
Yeah.
not part of the community. And then you have your community, you know, and the people that you keep hiring over the years and working with and having fun with and developing. And and like I have one band, for instance, called The Moment, which we recorded a long time ago, probably 10 years ago, maybe 8 years, something like that. And that band, even though we don't work all the time together, anytime I put it together, it's the same kind of experience, because it's the same people and it's the same, their perspective. And
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's great. I love it.
Yeah, but sometimes, as you know, if you're on the road for so many years, sometimes it's like there was like an American TV show with Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon, odd people. Yeah, yeah. So this is something like this. Because it's a really, yeah. It's really funny sometimes. That it's really, yeah. So if my daughter, for example, she was with me for the last 2 gigs I got, just she had some free time and said, just join me. And she said, it's so funny to watch you guys about all your habits, what you do, and how you deal along with it's really fantastic. So, but somehow you can count on this, you can just, all in all, it's totally reliable.
Yeah, yeah.
And this
Yeah,
is
I
something,
think that's a great lesson for normal people to look at and learn, if they can
yeah,
learn from it. You know, it's like, yeah, you take these wild cards from all over and put them together
yeah,
with the same goal, and look, it works,
yeah.
right?
It is. And yeah, so for me, it's like I rather have a good band where you have some not difficulties, but you have your issues with sometimes, but
Yeah.
it's people I really have to say I love from the bottom of my heart, and I respect for that what they do,
Yes.
and for this way, which is not easy to have, like to be a musician, and still deliver some great musicality or some great ideas or whatever, even if it's if the dedication to that, what you do, this is something I really appreciate. If one is able to do this, over decades, to believe in good music and to believe in what someone is doing. That's fantastic. It's that's not more. And this is the reason why I became a musician, not knowing that this would be the hardest goal to get to, over the years, to become something you really accept, to accept your voice, to accept, because as you know, sometimes you think, no, I just want to sound different. But it's like it is, and over the years to stay a good human being, stay like a nice human being in this really harsh atmosphere and harsh environment you sometimes have. This is something I guess I would really miss if I wouldn't have had this.
I was yesterday I had a few people cancel or postpone, and so I went on and I started talking about this, actually, just what my point of view is and about art and the fact that I feel like everybody is actually an artist, but people have different amounts of blocks, so maybe the guy next door doesn't really use his art or realize he's an artist because he has all these blocks to it. You and I don't have as many blocks, so we can get to it. And it's our job to witness life and to soak in what's going on, and then transform it out into art, and so that people can observe it and experience it, and maybe there'll be like a crack in their armor, and something that we'll sing or play will slide down into that armor and heal them a little, stuff like that.
That could be.
But
like the good things with us do too. It's the same with me. If I just get some, whatever you call it, like impact from some concerts or from singing, I mean, that's why I became a singer, because I heard this music. So when I first heard this music, for example, jazz music, it just got me. I was never trained to listen to this kind of music, because at that time when I was a kid, there was no jazz in my in our household. It's like there was no jazz music. There was a lot of music. My grandfather, he was playing lute and he was singing, and all my aunties were singing the whole day, but just German folk music, which is totally different to American folk music, as you can imagine. But they were singing, but there was no jazz music. So I was really getting infected by this music. And it was quite actually a miracle, because it maybe happened maybe 1 in a million or 1 in 100,000, because at that time this music was not present in Germany, actually. Maybe if you just, if you were like a aficionado for this music, that you do, I just check radio stations who play jazz. But for just a normal kid like I was, jazz, and that got deep into my heart. And I can tell you what sentence it was which really got me. May I tell you? It was the second sentence of the song, the second part of the sentence, wait. It was the record I got, Ella Fitzgerald and Count Basie. The record is a Verve record. It's called On the Sunny Side of the Street. It's a fantastic record, arranged by Quincy Jones, fantastic Basie band. I really recommend this to everybody. Buy this record and learn from it. And she sings On the Sunny Side of the Street. and she sings, grab your coat and get your hat. And then she sings the word leave. And how she sings the word leave, I was like, I didn't say fuck me, but I was like, I was a kid in my room. I said, what is this? It was like, how you call it, drilling, really drilling into my heart.
Yeah.
And the arrangement, but the sound of her voice, of Ella, was like, Jesus, what is this? You know, so that was exactly what you just said, like the armor, you have the armor and there's some crack, whatever. But even, I mean, I don't think if that there was a crack, but you know, no matter what, she just got it.
Yeah.
Check this word, you will freak out. That thing, the leaf thing.
Listen.
Oh, geez.
I was
No.
actually, I was a big Ella fan when I was little.
Yeah.
That was my dad, you know, had all these different records, but Ella was, you know,
Still, she still is the greatest to me
yeah, she's
because
incredible. Have you ever watched her on with Frank Sinatra on his show?
yes, of course. Yeah, I
That
have.
was a great period for her, and she's so people just don't even get what she's doing because she's so subtle. You know, like
Yeah,
sometimes my students are like clueless. You know, it's
yeah.
like you know I have to show them like what she's doing exactly. You know, oh
Yeah, and it's fantastic. What she can sing everything. That's
yeah,
the thing.
yeah,
Like the ballads, she can
yeah,
spread herself. I mean, she's so nice. She seems to
yeah,
be very nice and very humble too. I have to
yeah,
see. She really like. I said, when you see her, I just when I was like 16, 17, I just want to try to get all the videos from the US,
yeah,
like the Nat King Cole show videos, all those. You
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
get it in Germany, so that was quite a thing to get them somehow. You could just order that, you know, by mail order in the US. And she was appearing in one show as well, and she was singing this song. Ah. Uh, it's the wrong place. It's a remedy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what is this?
It's all right with me.
It's all right with me.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And she's singing. She sits next to Nat King Cole, who's of course playing piano. Everybody has perfect pitch. No introduction from the band. He's playing. I mean, this is ridiculous. And she's sitting next to him at the keyboard. And they were so sweet. They sing in two voices in harmonies. It's perfection, and they have so much fun. You see.
yeah,
So I'm also a very big Nat King Cole fan.
yeah,
So
yeah,
because he and Sinatra, they showed me how to as an yeah, I'm not a native speaker, and they just showed me how to about the diction. If you sing the standard thing, how could you do it?
yeah,
Because don't forget, at that time I could not get any advice from male or jazz teachers at all in Germany. There were no people
yeah,
to could tell me. So and I stick to those great singers who had of course a great pronunciation, right?
great phrasing.
Yeah, of course. I
You
mean,
know,
yes,
I mean, pronunciation, the phrasing, everything. I mean,
yeah,
those were great
diction,
people to listen to. Yeah,
perfect.
yeah,
It's perfect, and still, uh, one of my favorite records still is the Nat King Cole with George Shearing record.
yeah,
This is, I think, oh, this is perfect. And by the way, every song is, I guess they have only they just made 2 to 3 takes of every song
yeah,
with 3 microphones. You see, so everything is one studio. I guess it was in the Capitol studio. If you see that setup, 1 microphone for Nat King Cole and 2 or 3 microphones for the band for the
yeah,
orchestra. This is fantastic.
yeah, yeah. So it's so real. By the way, my friend Dan found the recording of Ella and Basie and
Oh,
listed it up there so people can go.
oh, please do that. To me, it was maybe the key moment. Can I say it? The key moment of my
Yes.
musical life because it just
Yeah.
got me.
Let's listen to something of yours. You sent me a few things. Did you want me to
Yeah.
California Dreamin', Let's Stay Together, Over the
Oh,
Rainbow?
California Dreaming we do a little bit later.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Yeah, this could let's stay together is always good because I would like to mention that I'm the guy. This is a funny story.
okay.
As you know, I'm a trumpet player, but
Yeah.
I'm not a high note player. So I'm just, I just can play to the high C or maybe sometimes some days the high D. But one day I was practicing, and sometimes I record
Yeah.
what I practice, and the song is in F. And I remember all of a sudden a high, so a double high, no, a high, so a F3, yeah, a F3,
Yeah.
a high F was happening. And I said, Jesus Christ, I never did it before and never did it after. This is really funny. And then I said, okay, I got to store this note. maybe, maybe I'm going to need it someday. This is fantastic. And so I did. So I just stored it, gave it the name a high F. And then in this song at the ending, that comes up once at the ending. And the musical listeners, they will check, okay, this is the thing which came up by chance, which is fantastic. And also all the trombone solos, this record in particular was really, I was quite busy because I did all the horn arrangements and played it by myself, so I had a little bit to do in the studios, but I like it. So it's a valve trombone. But it's okay. So because the other thing was too heavy for me, but So enjoy. I like the song a lot.
All right, I'm going there. I'm showing it, and here it is.
I'm so in love with you. Whatever you want to do is all right with me. You make me feel so brand new. And I want to spend my life with you. Let me say, since we've been together, loving you forever is what I need. Let me
Cool.
Here we go. Yes.
You know, that sounded really good. I love your I liked your horn parts. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Um I see that now I'm going to show you this. I don't know if you know about the All Music site.
The what?
All Music. It's a website that lists people's discographies and credits and stuff.
Ah, okay. I see. I see.
Now, sometimes they're correct and sometimes they're not. Like, it has you listed as vocal coach for a bunch of people.
Yeah, yeah. So, but maybe can you just make it a little bit bigger, then I can verify what it is.
I don't know if I can make it bigger. I don't think
Yeah. So,
I don't think the letters actually.
yeah. So I don't know if they do just some copy and paste from the Wikipedia thing, but I can tell you what I did with the vocal coaching thing. Maybe this is easier.
Looks like
I
Tobias Regner and Thomas Godoge.
Yeah. Okay. I just the coaching I did was from like the end of the 90s on.
Uh-huh.
I was a vocal coach for many German casting shows.
Oh, okay.
So such as you maybe know this America Got Talent, right? This is yeah. So this also Germany Got Talent I was there for many seasons, and I was the coach for 6 or 7 seasons of Idols Germany.
Oh, I
And of
see.
many other German TV casting shows, very successful productions. But then, yeah, it was good. I learned a lot. So it was great, super nice shows and very professional shows, super nice bands, super nice musical stuff. Yeah, so it was. Yeah, I'm still coaching people from the pop business and many artists who come to
Yeah.
the same place you can check now with the piano. And all the gold records in the back are not from my jazz music; they are all from the pop music. So, and I go with them. I was taking care about them in the shows and in the studios after the shows. So I'm quite experienced as a vocal coach in the TV business, which
Ah,
got me a lot further when you talk about teaching in a short kind of time or in a short term of time. It's really like fantastic. It's a different kind of working, a different kind of teaching.
yeah, I'm sure. Is that related to your records on your wall or no?
Yeah, right. I mean, all those successful platinum and gold records it's like what can you say, like an appreciation for my work on some productions I did with all of those artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that also belongs to my life.
Yeah.
And if you just can show them what it means to me to keep up the flame, with the music.
Yeah.
So that's if you talking no trash to them and try to be just a independent teacher, because in TV shows sometimes it's hard because everybody want to put their hands on you to,
Yeah.
when you do this that it's kind of hard to stay independent, also reliable for the contestants.
Yeah.
And for the candidates, because everybody, this is a job everybody wants to have, and everybody wants to kick you out for something. So it's, if you just get to 7 seasons, it's okay. You did it good. And so it's like that. But then after, like, I mean, in the TV show, in the TV productions, mostly someday the metamorphosis into the bullshit kind of thing, and everything is breaking together because it's like, it's changing too much. People want to have so much success and in more and more and more and different players. You want to gain more power, and then the whole idea is falling apart sometimes.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, when I started in particular this show, it was like very successful. We had like 50% of the German TV people in front of the TV. I mean, this is a big success.
Yeah.
I don't know. In America, it's also a big thing, or it was a big thing, right?
Yeah, it is.
The idol thing. It is. And so, yeah, it's. I took the good times, I guess. So, and the bad times I didn't want to take. So I just quit to do some other things then. But I learned a lot, and I really look back in a very positive way, I have to say.
Yeah, yeah, I understand, and it's pretty good. And also, one thing that I haven't had experience on TV shows, but I've had experience with producers, and this one producer kept sending me people who he wanted to mold into a different genre. And it was like, this guy can sing great country, and you want him to be an R&B singer. It's not going to happen. He's not going that way. Why? And why even bother? Why not just take what he does well and build that up? So needless to say, I didn't work for that producer too much because he wasn't happy with me because I wasn't molding these people he was sending me into something else. But I don't believe in that. So I'm sure
you don't.
that happened.
It's the same. Like the people, on one hand, they just hire you to give them a real a statement. What you think about their skills and what to do, and you have no time. So it's like really. And then they just want to be the ones who decide what the direction might be for this artist.
Yeah.
And I can go a little bit with this, but if I can see that the whole integrity is like falling apart, it's not good. So, and I'm not a good advisor if I say just do it.
Yeah.
You see, so that's what I said. Like it was like really always like a very small and thin path to walk.
Yeah.
But I could go through this because I was always first a musician, and I had some ideas, and that was good for me and good for the contestants because they could come in my room and could be like they wanted to be.
Yeah.
You see, and then as you know, like if they do it's a big show, and if you like 10 million people are watching there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You see, and so my experience as a teacher is if you put pressure on people, especially if you talk about singing, if there's too much pressure and too much emotions, your vocals will collapse. It's like that. Just make them enjoy themselves. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I think that I was getting a lot of experience, which I really appreciate, and I was cool with this to a certain point, and said, okay, that's enough now.
Yeah.
Because I've learned then enough, and everything what came up then, I assume that would have been something I don't want to see. Yeah.
Do you practice these days?
I practice.
Yeah.
Always, if I can. I mean, it depends on what your focus is on. Sometimes it's like you have some taxes to do or some office stuff, whatever. And then you have your focus, and then you are not focused to do things musically, but I always practice every day.
Yeah.
Like I guess I practice for 2 hours every day, at least.
Yeah.
And this is always like, so you have to check it's the trumpet and the singing, because the trumpet you cannot put away and just leave the trumpet like the trumpet, because it will punish you then. That means I try to do at least every day, like 45 minutes trumpet playing. And sometimes it's like, if I have the feeling voice is okay, voice is working. And in my age, I have, a lot of routine, and you can do some things, but I'm still practicing to keep, I clean my storage every day. I just want to make sure if the system is working, and if how we call it? Wait, it's very important because this is something I wrote down because I forgot it always. Wait. Is if the interaction of the muscles, chest, voice, falsetto, all that stuff, I have to train actually every day, because I do things. I go up in the chest voice, not in the chest, but in the head voice, and do things which need a little bit of polishing sometimes.
Yeah.
And but I'm cool. So I'm living on my own. That means I have except my dog, I'm not going anybody on his nerves. Everything is cool. I can sing, and I have, I can plan my day if I'm home. If I'm on the road, I just do some relaxation. I do some bubbling, some stuff, not too big, because I'm okay, and have to save my voice for the next gig. It doesn't make sense if I sing the whole day.
Yeah.
And but if I'm home and I have, for example, I go to the studio, I have like big productions, I at least prepare myself 3 to 4 weeks before the production, every day for at least 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm not lazy, and I know it's to have this reliable system, you have to do something.
Yeah.
No, and I'm also very I want to be good. I'm very how you call it? Yes, of course I'm professional, but it's not the right word.
Responsible, or
responsible I'm too, but we were talking about pressure, but it's not the pressure thing.
Commitment? Or?
No. I'm a perfectionist. Okay. So, which is actually not good, because, as you know, the best gigs are the gigs where you just let go. But sometimes it's a good direction, if you're like if you're just at least looking for perfection. And so I found a way to deal with it and let it go, and just but sometimes good to be prepared.
Yeah.
And that's good. And I have the feeling the little bit older I'm getting, or more experience I get, the more I can enjoy, the things I'm doing then. So that's good. It's important that I can say that.
Yeah, I know that feeling. It's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling, letting go of the needs to, I guess, have the ego stroked. It's more like, am I having fun? Does it feel good?
Actually, do the people have fun? That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes if you do like complicated things, or you show a little bit, you are more on the show up side, to show what you can do, that can go wrong, because it's boring. Then you can do it once in the program, but if you do it just every song, it's like it's not interesting. So that's, you learn over the years to have a good balance in the program and in your performance. And so yes, I practice.
Okay. Now my friend has put up a link. Do you mind if I look at the Inner City Blues live with the big band?
Oh, this is where is that from? Okay. Oh yeah, you can do this. It's okay. Is this a video?
Yes. Well, I don't know. I haven't gone to YouTube, but it's live.
But if it's, I mean, there are two things. If it's a video, this is some little cut, and the TV station did the cut so bad that you think it's like a 7/8 beat. This is something really stupid. It's not the whole song. But if it's a song without a video, you can play it, because this is.
Yeah, this one is 6 minutes, so it's probably.
That's good. Yeah. I mean, you can see this is something at the end. this is some heavy shit. Just let it go. It's okay. I'm curious how you feel about it.
Okay, well, I just have to say, if I was on a desert island, one of my records would be What's Going On.
Of course, yeah. So okay,
Oh, I love
yeah.
this, and I also actually made a single last year out of Inner City Blues. So
This is
I'm with you, man.
this is a monster song, and still, I mean, this is something which is incredible. Is this this lyrics even now? It's always there.
Absolutely, man. It's just it's one of the best. It really is.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just play
Yeah.
and play it loud. It's yeah.
Oh, makes me wanna holler. The way they do my life makes me wanna holler. The way they do, the way they do my life. Inflation's I know to increase the finance bills follow and start to send that boy off to die, and it makes me wanna holler when they do my life, makes me wanna holler the way they do my life.
That was damn good. Woo. Yeah.
There's something. This is really the live thing. So there's something which really was. I mean, I have to mention trombone is Günther Bollmann, a great trombone player,
Yeah.
and on the saxophone Tony Lakatos, a great
Okay.
Hungarian tenor player.
Yeah.
And the arrangement is written by Jörg Achim Keller. This is what actually it sounds very American. You see, this really, I always liked this. And this song, yeah, that forced me to really to sing my butt off. There's something like this. I could not do more with this song. Really.
So you had this record was all this big band?
The big band thing was it's like an EP. They brought out some EP with this.
Yeah.
And that was like a soul program. We played, when was it? 2012 or 13. And they just wanted to make a little snippet of we played a little tour with four or five gigs with most of the songs from this record with Let's Stay Together. The record is called The Other Man. So that was
Yeah, by the way, that's a great title. I love
yeah,
that.
it is.
Very
Yeah, the other man. You know how the other man is like there is this. Yeah, who's that other man? This is a Bill Withers song.
Oh.
What was it? Is it other man? How that was the link. I wrote the song The Other Man.
Yeah.
But it was influenced by the Bill Withers song.
Oh, I see.
Uh,
So the Bill Withers.
Yeah, Bill Withers. I love Bill Withers, of course.
Yeah.
Wait. What was the song called? I saw that yet. I was in the movies and I was checking Jackie Brown, the Tarantino movie, Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the song was there.
Called Who Is He?
Who is he? Who is he and what is he to you? A man past. I just don't remember. But when I looked at you, you looked at the ground. Just play the song. This is a great song.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the song, but
the song is a monster because he's playing the guitar there. And I love Bill Withers because of this reduced band. He has this band with James Gadson on drums. Jesus Christ. Yeah. This is really James Gadson is such a funky drummer, and this song was influencing me writing this song, The Other Man, which is kind of the same kind of topic, but when I heard this song in the movies, I remember that I was in love to the mother of my daughter, and so it was for me would have been the worst case if that would have happened to me at that time. You see, I had a very strong feeling of this song. Although we were in love, and she was already pregnant. I guess it went very fast with us, and so that was somehow that was the emotion I got from the song. A great song. Please, people, play this.
Cool.
Who is he? Yeah. Who is he? And what is he to you?
Yeah, that's a great subject matter.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I know. I just went to a workshop in France, creative workshop, and we concentrated a lot on songwriting, and it was great because he was the teacher was really stressing to get the backstory from things. Like, look at anything at all, like look at this record and say, what's the backstory on this? And who, what even like the manufacturers, like, is the guy, who makes this paper, is his wife running around on him, or did he have a good day? All that kind of stuff. And it's really cool to really start thinking, and it also reminded me to perhaps look at the times in my life when I was really experiencing something very heavy, and and take the emotion out of that from myself. And I mean, certainly I've written like that, but you forget sometimes how you write, you know.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the truth.
Um, so, do you, we've already been talking about this, but I'm just kind of fine tuning the
Yeah.
question. Um, uh, do you have what you would think of as an artist integrity? Yeah, or, you know, like a concentration or a decision um, to act a certain way in your actions, or purpose, I guess. Do you know what I'm asking? Kind of what is your do you have something that drives you like that?
Yeah. Yeah. There is something what drives me, but I cannot point out what it is, maybe. This is something in me which gives me doubts sometimes and which gives me confirmation at the same time. And I just know that I love what I'm doing then. I never hated what I was doing. The only thing what really sucks is sometimes the traveling, and the things beside what I'm doing. But if I'm on the stage, there's something from somewhere which was given to me to give this further to other people. This is something, and I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to know, if I do want to know what it is, as long it's there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was from the, yeah, like I said, from the childhood, from the musical experience I had. This was some spark. I'm also feeling sometimes more like a catalyst for things which are coming up in my body, and I don't want to say spit it out, but bring it out to yeah, to just spread it around to the people.
Yeah.
So I don't want to keep this. You see, I don't want to keep this. I just want the things to leave my body, yeah,
Yeah.
in a nice way, in a beautiful way. You know, I'm always looking for beauty, so not always looking for greatness. You know, I don't want to be like, that's
Yeah.
not what's forcing me. I'm not. I'm. Of course, you as a singer, you always have the ego thing going on,
Yeah.
but I just want to be heard, that people respect that that I do like maybe some nice musical things, but the message is actually beauty. That's what I saw, and it's just coming from. I never was doubting that it's. Yeah, it was always right to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was never wrong to be a musician, and even at the time when I was starting really professional singing, I was working in the car repair workshop, you know. So I was in Germany. You have to learn a job like an apprentice, like for 3 years,
Yeah.
and you do 3 years education, and then you are like a bachelor of car mechanic, whatever. And some good friend, he came and said, "You cannot do this, man. You are a musician. Just do it. Just leave all that shit here. Just quit the job." But you know, and I remember the music was always just even there at that time when I had to repair the cars. You know, I always find some tools. I played some rhythms, and when my boss came up, he said, "Hey man, what you doing, man? You should work instead of playing the rhythms on the tools." Yeah, that's really so. It's wait a minute, I have to stop it. Because wait a in Germany now is football World Cup time right now, and now sorry. Yeah, and so the thing is, what can I say? It's really a funny. Wait, I have to stop this. Yeah, it's good. Wait. Okay. It was always bringing me to yeah. I always knew that it's good. Yeah, you see, I don't know what I was. was looking for. Sometimes I was lost, but I always knew there was something deep inside of me, which is there. It's like helping me. I was always convinced that I will get through, even in hard times,
Yeah.
And there was nobody, I mean, not that much people who just said, everything is super what you do. I saw there were many, much resistance also. So I had to go through this. I had to put all the sticks and stones out of my way to succeed, however you call this, but to go my way.
That's cool, man. And that's probably why we get along very well, because that's my point of view too, and it always has been. In fact, somebody asked me, what did they ask me the other day? It was such an interesting question. It was something about regrets, something about regrets, like did something happen that I couldn't move on from, or that it shaped me? And I have very little regrets about bad things that happened over the years. The real regrets I have is in relationships that I may have said something that turned out badly, that I didn't quite realize what I was saying, but it turned out really badly, and something that couldn't be fixed. But other than that, of course, just like everybody, I've had a lot of bad things happen to me in my life, but I don't mind, because it was strong lessons and came out of it, and I became better for it, and I became who I am now. And so I just see lessons everywhere, so it's great.
I have no regrets. The thing is, I'm a very lucky guy. I'm totally lucky because I can really do the things I could do best. So maybe I would be a good salesman too, for cars, whatever. I could do it. It's no problem. But as a singer, I could, it turned out to be that I'm a singer, that I'm a musician, and this in a totally natural way, with no you do this and that. I took my time. And this is important. And nowadays it's like the Instagram, the Facebook is already gone, but the young people go to TikTok, Instagram. I mean, it's incredible, with many cuts and always faster. And if I would have had to develop at that time, today, there's no. I tell my students, just calm down. If you want to learn to sing, that takes years, sometimes decades. And if we meet maybe in 20 years and you did maybe 50% of the things I was recommending, I'm totally lucky, So I mean, it's like that. So take your time, especially when you sing. Now is the time that I really enjoy and say, hey, now I got it. I know what to do now. I know how to feel, and there's nothing wrong about it. And I was meeting an old schoolmate of mine, and I grew up in a very rough. Not outskirt, because I was living in a city, but in a very rough environment, there was a lot of things going on there, and so I could have really have failed big time. So many of my schoolmates, they went to jail. They were already dead because of drugs, whatever. So I mean, there were some things I was maybe one of the 5 people of 100 who just got it to some place, So if I see what the others did, Jesus Christ, this is something. I'm lucky. So I don't look down now. So don't get me wrong. But it's like, for me, there are no regrets. I think it would have been better to start very early, like learning piano. This is something I say, you could have done it, but it's okay. It's not my talent. I play the trumpet. It's okay. That's all right with me. So, but this is something. But and as long as you stay like open-minded and stay like, yeah, try to stay nice.
Yeah.
It's not easy to stay nice. Sometimes I fail, but this is, I try to be, just a good human, as good as I can, you know.
Yeah.
And no, I don't say that. No, there's no, not really regrets. No,
Yeah. Yeah.
no,
That's good.
no, that's okay. And still, I can repair my cars. Well, not those cars today, but you know, if you come up with some old cars, I can fix it. It's not a problem. Yeah. And still, you know, still from time to time, I visit because the owner of the workshop is a good friend of my father. We meet, you know, for a beer, have some chat, and he's somehow proud that I just did it. You know, it was not that easy, but still, my father never told me, "Don't do this. You have to finish this." You know, he
Yeah.
just said, "Okay, just do your way. Just do it."
Nice.
Yeah,
I
that's
like your
good.
dad.
Yeah, my dad is a nice guy, but he's also, what can I say? He's a nice guy. He still is a great father. My mother is dead, unfortunately, but she gave me that emotional kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was always looking with the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my dad is a very quiet guy, but he has also some things going on, so that's good. He was always a great father, reliable partner.
Uh,
And he loved me like I was,
yeah.
because at that time in Germany, especially in Europe, if you just told your dad or your parents you want to become a musician, that was like, people
Yeah.
would say like, no, yeah. So they would have tried to break you not to do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is something that maybe if you told them to become a dancer, they were seeing you in a peep show, whatever. This is the same kind of thing. It was not really credible, you know, at that time.
Yeah.
And therefore he went to some famous German musicians to get some absolution. That was funny. He just was meeting them up. I mean, he's a normal guy, like an amateur trumpet player, meeting up with jazz musicians to ask them what they would think about my career, if this happened, if I will succeed. And they're told, hey, man, we don't know. Just let him do it. That's fantastic. And so I was lucky. So it could have gone really in totally different and bad directions too.
Yeah, there's a friend of mine online who says her name is Banush. She said not only was similar, she wished she had started learning piano when she was young, but also she, you know, like listening to people discouraging her from pursuing music.
Yeah, yeah,
And she grew up in Iran, and
okay.
so really it wasn't the thing that people pushed you towards, especially being a woman and, you know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know that how we can change this. You know,
Yeah.
you know, as I have a daughter, this is the same. So she's strong, and so, but how can you change this? That the mean people just still are able to rule the world. I mean, I don't understand this. How can we? I mean, I don't understand this.
I know.
I don't understand. I don't. Nobody will be charged, or you know, like you can see it in US or whatever. You can see it all over this. You can see it even in the now in the German World Cup, in the World Cup, soccer World Cup. You know, they just because they want to have the stickers like just one love, you know. So, and the FIFA, the World Football Association, just said no. If you do that, that will have some consequences. No, nobody does it right now. I mean, this is really like, this is ridiculous. I mean, how can you do this? And to make first step is, how can you make like a championship there in Qatar? I mean, there's no football at all. There's now 50 degrees in the shadows. How can you do this? And I don't understand this. I don't understand this. How we could get rid of this, you know? But I'm not a political singer, so that's unfortunately not my goal. but it could be so easy, everything. For
Yeah.
everybody to listen to the music, to love people you like to love. You know, it's yeah. I feel very sorry if this is not possible for some people. It's
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't understand this.
I,
Yeah.
I know. I talked about that yesterday too on the show. I was talking about artistry, and then I was touched on exactly what you were saying. I don't get it
Yeah.
either. I mean, and who does? Normal people don't get it. You know, I remember when I went to Yugoslavia during the war to get to a
Yeah.
gig, and the people that I met there over the 6 weeks I was there were people like you and me. They didn't
Okay.
hate their neighbor. They, you know, everything was fine. They were living in the same buildings, and
Yeah.
it was the insane politicians who were creating a war. It was,
Yeah.
and you know, they would knock on your door and tell your mother they were taking you to the army to fight for them. I mean, it was totally
Yeah.
insane, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I mean, the Germans have you know about all those about the history. So it's
yeah,
still, although we have so many examples of how it goes wrong, how successfully it goes wrong. I mean,
yeah,
really, uh, still there are some people who just do it. Yes,
yeah,
with no consequences, and so it's like
yeah. Well, one thing
ridiculous.
I've really discovered over this last few years of doing this show, I've decided that the artists are actually saving the planet. They're balancing out the energy, and there's so many of us doing art, and
Yeah,
we really are responsible. In my opinion, we're really
yeah.
responsible for saving the planet, like balancing it out from that insanity, you
I
know?
hope so. I hope so. I
Yeah.
hope so. If it's given that the artist can perform, but in some countries it's even this is not even this is possible that they can play music. It's sometimes it's forbidden to play jazz or forbidden to make to paint like this or have sculptures like this. I mean, this is yeah. But
Yeah.
if you just like it's if you own, what can I say? It's not. If you can control the people and control the people's mind, it's and education. This is the first thing, and you just are able to yeah to bring the people to consume only things you want them to consume,
Yeah.
and there's no possibility to think about the things because there's no education. There's just one
Yep.
pattern after the other. Then it doesn't then it does work out great for them, but not for that's proven. It's the thing.
Yeah. What was one of your most favorite gigs that you did?
Most favorite in what term?
Any term, you know, what?
Money.
Yay! We do like money.
Yeah, I always pay the
We're
price.
artists. We do like money too. But you know, what was just like an incredible gig that you had that you really just probably will never forget ever?
Yeah, I give you one example. I mean, there were many gigs, but they are so different sometimes in the perception what it is, and so. But the most, I mean, from the environment, I was playing a gig at the. No, wait. In the Arena di Verona, which was crowded with 20 or 25,000 people. And this was really incredible because I was playing also in the past 20 years ago. I played with big pop bands in front of like 40, 50,000 people in the stadium. So I wasn't a backing singer. And this is a great energy. But if you are in front of a band and singing for so many people who like your music, so it's your own thing. This is incredible. Yeah, not to mention the good red wine after the show. But Arena di Verona was one of the greatest gigs. I was the guest of an Italian singer, Mario Biondi, who was a great Italian jazz and soul singer as well. He invited me to join his show. And then he took me by the hand after the show to show me the best restaurant. And if you have like a local who shows you the best restaurants, you know, at that time I was in heaven. You know, there was like, and Italian musicians only talk about wine. They don't talk about the family, about men, husbands, girls, whatever. They just talk about wine and food. Yeah. And as a German, you have a red wine. There's the red one. One is better than the other, and you say, "Oh my God, this wine is incredible." Then the drummer said, "No, this is okay. But if you come to my hometown, the red wine is much better." So this is something. But this was a gig I really, really, really liked because it's warm. It's a nice atmosphere. You know, it's fantastic. Have you been there? Have you seen it? What have you been in this Arena di Verona? Have you ever seen it?
No, I haven't.
It's like a big old theater from the Romans. I think it's.
Is it in
like?
Italy?
Verona. Verona.
Yeah, no, I've been in something like that in Spain, but not in.
Yeah. But it's big. It's like 25,000 people.
Yeah.
Can get there. So it's like a big place, really with old stones. It's like 2,000 years old. It's from the last times of the Romans, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a real big theater. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So and you can, if you see yourself or the people from the highest spot of the arena, you are very small. It's a big place. It's like a stadium. It's like it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I mean, Verona is the place. It's around the corner where Romeo and Julia met. This is actually like 500 meters.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you travel the world, you just have to get there.
Yeah.
So and then let me think. What was the gig I really, really, really had? I mean, there were so just a few gigs what I really liked, but what was maybe most important thing? I don't know.
Too many.
Yeah, it's not too many, but I always think it's maybe I remember later. It's not hard to answer, but I have no idea because like I said, it's sometimes it depends on what your expectations were. You know, so like you come to some places and you think it was a bad gig, but everybody tells you it was a great gig. Yeah. So, but for me, so there were a few gigs, but totally different. So I will come back to this later, maybe. Yeah. I make my mind up and check on this.
Okay. So do you know what a bucket list is?
Yeah, bucket list. I know this.
Yeah. Do you have a bucket list?
No, I don't have it. I don't have it. I don't.
Why am I not surprised?
I don't have this. I don't. Yeah, it's okay, but my life is good. So what? I mean, it's a question. What should I? What would I put on the bucket list?
Yeah.
You see, it's like I'm okay. So maybe the bucket list is for different people, I think. So I don't have this.
Yeah.
No.
When you see an artist, let's see, what are you hoping for when you see an artist? Do you see? Are you looking for a certain kind of maturity, or what are you looking for when you know?
When I see other artists, or
yes, when you're in the audience,
what always touches me, if somebody has a personal sound, this is for me the most important thing. If he's not a sound-alike or she is sound-alike or look-alike, and if somebody has personal sound and some authentic thing going on. This is the most important thing. And the second thing is if somebody has some style. So I mean, class,
Yeah.
timing, pulse, diction, all those things, and a lot of natural sound. That's what I'm looking for always. So if I have this, I'm pretty happy. If somebody's like that, sometimes you meet people who have maybe the same kind of things like you going on, but a little bit different. I like this too. They see, okay, this is okay. Went a little bit in the other corner. That's nice to see. But it's always nice to have this this colorful picture of so many artists who do different things. Yeah, but if it's really with their own voice, with their own idea, then it's good. So then you can do everything. Yeah. So, and it's, I mean, you don't find this every day, as you know. So you have some people who are fantastic musicians, fantastic players or singers, but maybe there's a little bit lack of, you could say personality, whatever. And the victory of maybe interpretation, over technique, so that you see somebody is really telling a story. Storytelling is also very, very important. Somebody doesn't give a shit, just does his or her thing. That's good. With the singer, this is a little bit different than if you play an instrument, because if to play an instrument, you have to have a really good technique, and especially with a trumpet. What really funny is, on my trumpet, I don't care if it's something a little bit flat or sharp or whatever. I think that's all right with me. It's good. It's music. But with singing, it took a lot of time and years to accept if it's happening like this sometimes. You see, like I said before, it has to have some emotions, and especially jazz singing. And this is often jazz music now. Turned out to be that jazz music now is getting more and more like an academic kind of thing. So there's you go there and teaching and listening and getting the licks and all that stuff. And I don't know if this is good. Sometimes it's good. I give everything to teach, but the main thing is still just do music and just use your voice and try yourself out and get yourself, stupid word, but get yourself on the playground. It just, I mean, 90% of my things I just got from the playground, just trying out things. And but today you can just download every trumpet solo of Jack Shelton, of everybody, of Clifford Brown. You don't have to listen to that. You don't have to rewind the tapes like I did, like rewind. Okay, let me see. I have a big plastic bag in my basement. Like you can hear like. This was always the parts I didn't get at the first hearing, So I just and back, and this is something I don't know if this is good. I guess it's not good. So everything is totally. Sometimes I don't hear the organic things, and this is what I want to hear. A little bit of Mother Earth or whatever should be in this music, and so and also there's a lack of entertainment as well. If you go to jazz music, everything is, I guess, more in Europe or more in Germany. Everything is so strict and so intellectual. Everything has to be complicated. Not has to be, but it seems to be to me that's especially music I do in Germany. The people mostly think it's like too American. This is American music. It's like that. It's not. It has not the European kind of thing. They somehow have to respect it, because I know it's not not that much bullshit. They know what I'm doing, but it's not this. If they say it's okay, it's jazz. It's maybe more like American jazz or more in the traditional corner. But yeah, I guess this is different over here. Yeah, like you can in America just. If you see like Sinatra is the best example, fantastic singer, fantastic stage person, and fantastic entertainer as well. So it is not a problem. Everybody of the great singers, they could entertain, they could tell stories, they had the people in their hands,
Yeah.
So especially Germany is not the country for the entertainment thing. So if you just would watch like German TV shows, you would understand what I'm talking about. Yeah. So a concert for me is also a little show. I want to entertain the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to be, just the people say, hey, I like this guy, or I hate this guy. It's okay if they hate me. If I polarize, is totally okay with me. But something must happen on the stage. And if it's getting too much music from the head, for me it's a problem. I respect people who really find new ways, but I don't know if everything is sounding too academic but great and still fantastic. If this is not my music. Today I was listening to a record from Freddie Hubbard. This is a recommendation. Live at the Keystone Corner, I guess this is in San Francisco.
Okay.
From 1982. He plays a song, this is called One of Another Kind. This is a tribute to McCoy Tyner, I guess. And this song, this is so heavy, and I said that would be a good example. If you ask me, what would you say, have you a recommendation how to play jazz in a band? With energy, that would be a very good example for the people who are with us to check Freddie Hubbard live at the Keystone Corner, One of Another Kind. This is totally not academic. This is really strong and heartfelt music. So, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So
yeah, absolutely. And I'm just curious. I mean, you kind of said it already, but how would you teach somebody who was less experienced, how would you teach somebody to find that? What would you suggest to them to do?
I mean, the good thing is if in a university, if people show up for the entrance exam, you have a little bit time to check out what they are doing, right?
Yeah.
So, and actually I have a good ear. It takes me like 5 seconds to see if somebody has this at least potential to turn out something special, or has it already. Sometimes it's I just listen, and my colleague and me, we just listen the same way with 4 ears. And mostly we just get it. And someday we can see, okay, we were right. Sometimes we are wrong. I mean, it's okay. It's not always 100%. But what I try to do, just to give them experience in during the studies when they're with us. We play gigs or play productions, go in the studio and stuff. I mean, this is the other problem. You just have so many people who go through this education as jazz musicians, but you have no jobs. This is not only in America, no jobs, also in Germany and Europe, there are no jobs to play for millions of musicians. They're super trained and super educated. So there's not even more like maybe you get a job at the music school, but then you are very lucky if you get a job like this. But music in the moment doesn't count. There's nobody wants to invest money in this. So how to deal with this? So you have so many nice singers and artists, but what's happening then? That's a big problem, I guess. But to this point, I try to tell them and to give them the possibility to use the voice good and right, and to teach them out of the point of view I have from my experience, right? So how to train the registrations, how to train the muscles, how to train the perception. This is the most important thing, and to get them, just a little package of what to do every day to work right with the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you know, and if you have this, just a little bit faith that you really can rely on your voice, everything can happen. And the other things, I don't think that if you study, that no matter where you study, if you get somebody who can just open some doors for you, or maybe sometimes a gate, or maybe sometimes a window where you can look and say, okay, I can go there. This is the best you can get, but you will not be 100% educated and you are done when you finish the school. Like no matter if you're in Berkeley or in Weimar or in Dresden or in Berlin or in Paris, this is something you know, putting somebody on the right track. This is, if you do this and you can reach together that you have, that somebody leaves the school with a musical idea, and with some, like I said, the authentic personal sound, an idea of personal sound, that nobody sounds like you. That's good. I mean, and now I have the feeling that most people, like, singing jazz now is different than for singing jazz 30 or 40 or 50 years ago. Most people, the standard thing, the American songbook thing, the blues and the soul things, and most people come up with some interesting pop music. Yeah, some very good made pop music. It's not many people showing up with a real, not the real, because that's not right, but with more traditional understanding for jazz or for swing, for standards, like I said, for American songbook. But this is a big issue when I teach, that they have to go through this to understand what the music was and where it can go to.
Yeah.
So
We're actually coming towards the end. It's been 2 hours, but I'd like to play another thing. I'm curious about Over the Rainbow, but you sent me several different choices.
okay, if you're curious, just Over the Rainbow is very nice, and it's a very good, what can I say, very, very good song to close with. It's it's a heavy arrangement. I had to prepare this, but it's fantastic. I like this arrangement. Again, from Jörg Achim Keller. It's from the Harold Arlen songbook I did in 2012. And if you want to play.
Okay, good. I love Harold Arlen.
Me too.
This will be.
This is a different song. It's
Oh.
also nice. My
Oh,
Shining
sorry.
Hour is also good.
But
What do you do?
I did mean to do Over the Rainbow because I'm
Yeah, you can do it. Do it.
I pushed the wrong button. Let's
Yeah.
Over the Rainbow. There we are. I love those. That harmony is beautiful.
It's dark.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I love dark.
Over the rainbow, away up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, birds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why and oh why can't I? Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way above the chimney tops. That's where you find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why when oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
Wow. Beautiful. Woo.
Yeah, like I said, but it's quite a challenge. Yeah, because it's so busy in the background. Yeah, to stay calm.
Yeah.
It's it's a very nice arrangement again, and played by Heinz-Dieter Sauerborn, the alto player.
Is this material downloadable, buyable?
Yeah, you can get it in, I guess, on iTunes, also on Spotify. You can just get it all over the place. It's the Spotify thing.
So there you go.
It's not,
You can buy it. You can find it.
yeah, you can find it, but not under Jeff Cascaro. It's Jeff Cascaro and HR Big Band, which is the Frankfurt Radio Big Band.
Oh.
So they listed it, but if you have the cover, the people can just check on this. the soul thing, like the inner city blues, and this is the Frankfurt Radio Big Band.
Yeah, I
And the
see.
Frankfurt Radio Big Band is the same. Like in Germany, you have like three big bands from the State Department Radio. It's the Cologne WDR, it's Southwest Radio,
Yeah.
and Hessischer Rundfunk. And this band in particular is the director now is Jim McNeely, for example. So it's a fantastic band. So they also played the soul program and this. So that means it's very versatile how they can play. It's fantastic.
Sounded great. And your singing was just great. Just great. It moved me. Really.
Oh, thank you very much.
Beautiful.
I appreciate this.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, from vocal coach to over the rainbow. That's good. That's a good bow.
Well, Jeff, thanks for spending the time.
Yeah.
And, it's been
You're
really
welcome.
fun. If we lived in the same town, I'd be hanging out with you a lot.
Yes, we would do it. Be happy we are not living in the same town. So, but what I was, you live right in LA, right in the middle, in the heart of the town there?
Yeah,
So-
well, LA is, it's kind of right. Well, you've been here. It's kind of spread out.
Yeah.
So I'm in the kind of the beginning part of the San Fernando Valley near North.
Okay. So it's more or less the county then. So it's more than,
Yeah,
or,
LA.
yeah. Okay.
You probably know Sherman Oaks or Encino, kind of along, like there's the 405 and then there's the 101 and
Okay.
they're a little bit away from there, but it's kind of close into the city. But like if
Okay.
you want to drive in downtown, it takes me 20 minutes. So
Yeah.
it's not too
So
far.
would it be a good reason to come to LA County to get you on your nerves, to get a coffee from you? So maybe we can arrange it. And if you are around in Germany, or just I invite everybody to the concerts I'm playing. Was a big fun talking to you, and I hope the English was not that bad. I just was a little bit, but I could
good,
understand you.
actually.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
good. I understood
I-
about 98% of it.
That's okay. So yeah. So next time we do the interview in German, that's good. And then
Okay. Oh, I'll have to have the translator.
okay. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It was a very nice atmosphere, although it's always funny to talk about the deep things when somebody is on the monitor and you cannot talk in the same room. But I think we did it well, and thanks for the chance to bring the music to your show. And say hi to the friends we have in common, to Jay Clayton, and to Julie and everybody. And so we will meet again.
All right, sweetie.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye. Ciao.
Bye.